Okay, folks, listen, Lottie's not too good. Welcome to Hillbilly Beginner Teaching Guitar Flicks. That's going to be my, I don't know, Appalachian guitar. I don't know. Anyway, real important to know your notes, and it's good to know them on each string like you start out playing. It's really good to know all your notes. So if you pick out like E, we know the E open. We'll try to get better lighting maybe. But I had a great guitar teacher. His name Garrett. I forget his last name. He had a degree from Belmont, and he liked my guitar playing, but he just knew I needed a lot of training. But anyway, he would tell me, pick out all your E's, and then it's just like this, E. And all your octaves, and then of course and then you go to F, so it's just a fret up, so all those notes. But if you go down to, there's your D. So in the key of E, that would be your 7, and then a flat 7. But that way, wherever you are, you don't get lost, because if this is an E here, then you got to, 2 frets down is a D note. So that's your flat 7. A 7, excuse me. And a flat 7 is just down another step, D flat. So then you know where all the D flats are, and so on. It's just like a ruler of a tape measure. You're just learning. It's all divided right. So, and then you go to your A. So on. And then, you do each string like that, and then you start learning your number system, and whatever key you're in. So you find that note, and your 7 is going to be 2 frets down, 3 frets down is flat 7, and so on. And then 6, and then your 5, but then like your G, that right there is going to be a 5th. So you learn all your 5ths. And then you learn your 4ths. You learn your 3rds. You learn your, and then that way. I didn't think that was real important. It is so important to know all your notes all over the fretboard. You don't think it's important, but it's just good to know, and that way you'll know where you're at. And scales are good to learn, as far as your diagrams, but you can create your own kind of, you won't get lost if you know your notes, and then you can start a scale. If a minor, that's already a minor. So wherever that. And A minor, and then the guitar's out. Anyway. Well, that's not real. That's more like a blues. That's a natural minor, but you got harmonic minor. Well, I don't really know that one. Well, I'll know it when I'm actually playing over that chord. I'm just trying to say, then you got your major scales, but it's just repetitive. What I'm trying to say, that the guitar neck is repetitive, so it's real important to know. I just put these videos out. I could be a better teacher if I studied myself, but learning your fretboard is so important. Then learning your triads in major, minor, major seventh, natural seventh, dominant seventh, and your diminish, and then learn those scales, a diminished scale, learn arpeggios, a major arpeggio, you know. And minor. And then, see. Know what a major seventh is. That could be a minor too. You add that root there, A on that. That's A minor, and then that would be A major seventh. Anyway, then you got minor seventh, and then so on. Minor nine. Just being able to recall all this and put it in your playing that's the key. Is learn how to implement theory in a way that's all theory is not always usable. It is if you know how to use it, but I mean, a lot of people study theory, but they can't implement it in their playing. That's always what held me back. I was always an ear player, so I didn't. Your ear will never lead you astray, but it can only take you so far unless you train it really, really good. But it's always good to know why you're doing things. That's what theory is. It's just understanding why you're doing what you're doing, and to make it musical sense. But I always heard people say, well, there's no rules to music. Well, there's not in some ways, but Matt Schofield was talking about a lot of times you'll be playing stuff and people say, how do you play outside the box so much? And he said, well, I'm playing within the box. He's not breaking any rules. He's doing it in such a way that you'll think he's like playing outside the box, but he's playing within the chords. And now there is the modes, and I always played outside the box to a place it sounded terrible. Really, I mean, I appreciate it, and a lot of people may appreciate. I was called a musical genius. I was like, what in the world? No, I'm not. I'm not no Miles Davis. I was venturing off in jazz because I was working for a trumpet player, and I was hearing crazy chords, and I was breaking all the rules, and my one chord might sound okay, but then I was matching up against something that wasn't right. It wasn't leading into music harmony. There's rules to music harmony, and that's what I was just trying to say. There is rules of music that makes better sense than playing outside the box. I mean, you can be a Miles Davis, but he got so strange, and it's crazy. You really start appreciating what he did, because that's when you do become a musical genius. You create a sound that's not ever done by anybody else. You're taking a risk. You're going into an area of music that's not real common, but you can be appreciated. But most people don't hear that. Most people, you got to play what's pleasing to the average listener. And jazz is more of a musical style for musicians, you know. Of course, unless you just stay with traditional jazz, but I'm talking about fusion, and you get off into, and that was my personality, is to be off the wall and different. But I wasn't happy with that. I want to play stuff that pleases people and is pleasing to the ear, you know. So that's why you got to go back and learn. You know, you got to go back to the basics. Anyway, I just want to make this video. God bless everyone. That's my Hillbilly Music Theory 101. But, you know, it's, I was laughing. I said I created a style of jazz called Appalachian jazz. Instead of Latin, Appalachian. You know, it was like, you know, I was trying to do like stuff like Santana, and I mean, you know, Latin jazz, you know, minor based stuff, and playing it, you know, kind of, you know, I was always joke about being a hillbilly. God bless, and just have all a good day and good night.